All right. Good evening, Monday. How's everybody doing this fine Monday evening? I'm Rick, and welcome to the Whole Lot of Zip Diecast channel. So, as promised, I was going to take a closer look at last week's haul. Excuse me. And put stuff on the turntable so you can get a better look at it. So why don't we just jump right into it? Get this party started. Also, real quick, I just want to say thanks for the comments and the input on my Mel's Drive-In diorama from American Graffiti. I appreciate that. So yeah, it's not done. It's a work in progress, but that's as far as I got with it. Like I had mentioned to Big Dappuccino that I still have some materials to put a road in and a parking lot. I just got it to that point over the weekend, so I just wanted to set something up real quick and see how how things like unfolded in the video. And I don't know if I'm going to keep the turntable on top of the drive-in like that or not. I don't know what I'm going to do yet. But anyway, your comments and your input is greatly appreciated, and I humbly thank you for that. So we'll start off with and a quick shout out to Mike from Nitro Speed, as I found out recently that he likes to collect turtle wax die-cast and livery. So, and I know my daughter had recently reviewed this Ford Econo line a couple weeks back on M Tuesday, because she got this as well. Like I said, it's a 1965 Ford Econo line truck. It's a gasser, and it's turtle wax. So there you go, Mike from Nitro Speed. If you happen to be watching, that's for you, buddy. I don't want to assume that people are watching my channel. Everybody's got other obligations as well, too. Not everybody can YouTube all the time, as Hewitt's Hot Wheels had mentioned to me. And it's true. We can't YouTube all the time. But anyway, this is the 65 Econoline gasser. Pretty sharp looking. And this is part of the 3,000 Toys box mail call that I received. Like I ordered it last summer and completely forgot about it, so it was kind of a surprise to me to see what was in the box. It's kind of cool. Alright, so that's the gasser. Turtle wax gasser. The reason the other video I did that I uploaded this morning, like I said, it was impromptu. I was just testing the waters, so that's why the video wasn't that long. I was curious to see how it would look and what kind of response I would get from it, and it seemed to be pretty well perceived, so I'll go ahead with it and do some more work to it. So what I have up next here is the 1970 Jeep DJ5, and this is the U.S. Army livery, and it's from Greenlight, and it's a new series called Battalion 64. It's a pretty cool looking little Jeep. Although I can honestly say not saying that they don't exist or existed at one time. I just don't ever remember seeing a male Jeep or a male shaped Jeep in an Army livery. I've never seen that before. I'm just used to seeing the traditional Willis MBs that they drove. But anyway, that's the 1970 Jeep DJ5 from the U.S. Army. And continuing with the Jeeps, what I have here next is a 43 Willis MB U.S. Army, and it's the Follow Me Jeep. Okay, so for anybody that has not seen my previous video with showing my weekly haul last week, and I gave an explanation as to what a Follow Me Jeep is for those who may not know. I'm not saying not everybody knows, because I'm sure there are people that know, but there may be some people that don't know. And I'm not going to make you go watch my video just to get that information, so I'll just do a quick rundown of what a Follow Me Jeep is. So back in World War II, there was, in poor visibility, like low ceiling, cloud ceiling, ground visibility is kind of dense. It makes it difficult for pilots to see the runways when they're coming in for landings, and even occasionally when they're taking off as well. And what they would do is they would have one of these Jeeps at the beginning of a runway for planes coming in for landings. And they would be in constant contact between the tower, the Jeep, and the plane, or the pilot. And once they had visual cue of the Jeep, like I said, they would remain in constant contact with one another. The pilot would follow the Jeep to the runway. So another thing is they did not use lights on the runways because they didn't want to draw attention to them at nighttime. So this is why the Jeep is painted in this bright yellow checkered configuration. It was such an easy thing to see from the sky for the pilots. So these Jeeps would guide the planes or the pilot to the runway, and occasionally they would guide them off to to taking off as well. So if they couldn't see, if it was like really foggy and they couldn't see too far off in the distance, and there was possibly trees not too far off at the end of the runway, these pilots need to know about how far back they need to start pulling up on the wheel so they could take off and not barnstorm the trees. So that is what the Follow Me Jeep does specifically. It was a very unique thing and a very friendly thing for pilots. And this is also a green light, and it's from a new series, from the same series as the other Jeep, called Battalion 64. So there's a little history lesson on the Follow Me Jeep. I won't bring that up anymore unless I get another Jeep of a different brand that has Follow Me. Then I'll bring it up again. I don't know. That might get kind of obnoxious. But I believe that M2 has out or is coming out with their version of the Follow Me Jeep as well. I have a Johnny Lightning Follow Me Jeep also. Johnny Lightning did in color, so they had version A and version B. And version E, if you guys don't mind holding on real quick, I'll go grab them and show them really quick. I apologize for that. You guys can just fast forward to this part. Alright, so I didn't have these open, but I'll just show them in their card. And this is the color version, and it's in color. And here is another version of the Follow Me Jeep. And this is version B. It's actually in color. Now, you know, the reason they say in color is because if you watch, you know, when you used to watch the World War II documentaries on the History Channel or Discovery, whatever, they're in black and white. So Johnny Lightning did this really cool thing called in color, but they showed the black and white version as well. So it's the same exact Jeep, but this is what it would look like if you were watching it on TV. With the reel-to-reels that they used to have for the documentaries of World War II. It's very rare to see something in color footage from World War II. Not to say that there isn't video out there that is in color, but it just wasn't readily available. Black and white was a much cheaper film to work with. That's just another example of the Follow Me Jeep. Those are Johnny Lightnings. Sorry, I sidetracked myself just slightly. Now to get back on track. All right. So continuing with the Jeep, I have this 2021 Jeep Gladiator in Mopar livery. Now, I'm glad I cracked this open because I got one of those damn silicone rubber bands that needs to be removed before it wreaks havoc on the paint. These things are so obnoxious. I don't know, they have a little tonneau cover that goes over the bed. They could have made it so it like snapped into place instead of putting a stupid silicone rubber band around it. That thing will be falling off before the night's over. And this is green light as well, and it's the Blue Collar collection. And it is Series 10. It's a pretty cool color pattern. The blue into the black. It's got a cool hard line instead of fading. So that's the 2021 Gladiator in the Mopar livery. Got quite a few gladiators now. All right, now to round things off, what I have here is also a green light. It's a hobby exclusive. You know, one hobby wasn't enough. I don't understand that. This is from 1968, the Los Angeles Times Grand Prix, and it was Riverside, October 26th and 27th. So I don't know if this card just did it for those 2 days, so I'm assuming that was the case, or if it did it for that whole year, or for as long as the Grand Prix was, unless it was only once a year. But here we have a 1969 Plymouth Roadrunner. That's a sweet looking Roadrunner. Now, some people are crazy about the livery on the cars, and I understand that. But this is part of the racing scene, so it has to be on there. Plus, if you think about it, it's actually it's part of history. Now, where I live in the Lehigh Valley in Pennsylvania, I don't live too far from Nazareth, which is where Martin guitars are made. Also, at one time, some of you may know this, there used to be a racetrack about a 10-minute drive from me, 15 minutes, called Nazareth Speedway. And Greenlight has created a pace car specifically for that racetrack. The racetrack no longer exists. It's still fenced off, but it's a derelict field now. It's a shame. But I'm looking forward to getting that one. I believe it's a Corvette, if I'm not mistaken. So up next, I have a 1970 Plymouth Roadrunner, triple black, and it has a charcoal gray shaker hood. Well, it's not a shaker hood. When I get the pace car from Nazareth Speedway, I will have 3 pace cars. I have another one that's a 71 Challenger in plum crazy purple, and it's from the Flemington Raceway, Flemington, New Jersey. That I remember going to when I was a kid, back in the, or not a kid, but younger, when I was back in the 80s. So the Roadrunner that I have up there now is also a green light, and it's from the 50th anniversary of Barrett Jackson. And I believe I quoted what the no reserve sold was on it, but anyway, it was $165,000 on this puppy, and it's an air grabber hood, not a shaker. I don't know why I said shaker hood. That's more associated with the Barracudas. I believe some of the Challengers also had a shaker hood. But that's irrelevant because that's not even up on the turntable. So yeah, here's a 1970 Plymouth Roadrunner in all its beauty. Alright, well I hope you guys enjoyed this. Thanks for hanging out with me and seeing what I have on tap for today. Again, you guys stay safe. Take care of one another. Be healthy. And I will catch you on my next video. Take care.